Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today's video might be multiple videos today of multiple sets each video from Go Battle Day yesterday. So the team I'm running is the same as before, as you can see here. Got my Trevenant, which I still have as Phantom, because that's just how I name things so I know the rank before I evolve, with Walrein and Noctowl in the bag. Noctowl is a fantastic save swap in my opinion, especially with the rise in Arachnids and even the AWACS, and even more so when frustration can be removed for many of us like myself. So let's get right into these battles. Right, starting off, we got Metacham against my Trev. Fantastically, they're swapping out. Not surprising. A little slow on the swap. It's probably another weakness of mine other than team reading. Not always safe swapping immediately, as I should be. But I can bring in Noctowl. Without Fire Blast, this is just a straight up GG between Noctowl and AWAC for the Noctowl. Noctowl's favor. So I'm just going to load up, get to 2 Sky Attacks, and go for a Sky Attack. If they're smart, they will let this go through because it is just not worth shielding. Alright, they bring in Mandibuzz next. So, pretty neutral. Obviously, Noctowl will not win this, which is fine because my goal is to line up the Walrein against the Mandibuzz and so on and so forth. So, if you played GBL long enough, you can kind of already see where this is going. So, yeah. So, we'll just sit back, enjoy. Mandibuzz matches take a minute, you know. Excuse me. Bring in the Walrein. And then they swap into Metacham. I bring in my Trev, and I go for a Shadow Ball, and that is just going to be a good game. We all know how it's going to play out. So, yeah. Did you guys have fun? Let me know in the comments what teams you're in, what Mega did you use. I used Mega Blastoise. Not the best choice, but hey, gotta have some fun while I'm at it. And I keep forgetting that I can always evolve a Mega right after one Mega I say devolve, So, just learn how to maximize my time here. But that is a good game. Moving on to the next match. Alrighty. Versus Talonflame, I swap into my Noctowl. They bring in their Swampert. Swampert's pretty common safe swap, especially when it's not a grass safe swap that you have. Ooh, excuse me. I'm going for a Sky Attack. This should be getting a shield. We CMP tie. I debated on shielding, but I decided to keep the shield advantage. I'm gonna let this Hydro Cannon go through. I'm surprised it didn't go up to the Sludge Bomb. I'm gonna farm up as much as I dare. I probably could have gotten away with at least 1, maybe 2 more Shadow Claws, but I'm gonna go for an Undercharge, see if I can sneak in a Shadow Claw. Well, I say sneak, but you know my point. I comment with Walrein. They swap into back some Meganium. So things are looking alright for me. I definitely have an advantage with the shield advantage, which is great. I'm going to shield up the Frenzy Plant. I'm going to go for another Icicle Spear. So thankfully I have that shield advantage. Well, did have the shield advantage. Alright, so I shield this up. It's Flame Charge, not really surprising. And then I believe I want to force them to throw energy on my Trev, I believe, because otherwise it's pretty useless. So I'm able to do that. Yep, they were throwing the energy. I'm not sure if I would have reached a Shadow Ball in time, so glad they threw. And then I go for an Icicle Spear, and that's going to be a good game, hopefully. Do I knock it out? I do not. Oh my gosh, thankfully a Powder Snow takes it down, so that was a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Pardon the sound there, that was my phone. Moving on to the next game. Trev versus Hypno. Actually, it's fairly neutral. The confusion's just chunked so much that even if it's only Thunder Punch they have for their punch move, it's just, you're going to be shielding at least once, most likely, depending on what they do. I try to swap, so I do decide to shield, and they have Ice Punch, so good shield there. And then they try to catch a Shadow Ball. Honestly, it's okay that they caught this, because I need to cause some chip damage anyway on the G-Fist. So, that way I don't have to deal with it as much with my backline, because Rock Slide loves the backline. I'm going to let this go. I can farm down with either Walrein or Noctowl. Do I come with Walrein? Who do they bring in next? They bring in a Nazu, so I'm just going to straight Earthquake. Typically, they don't shield the first time, but then again, that's typically doesn't mean always. Like in this case, they shield, which is a good shield for them. Earthquake would definitely cause the most damage, I think, out of all the moves that could hit hard outside of Shadow Ball hitting Hypno, you know? So it's just, but like, I could go for a Sky Attack, honestly, and it would have been fine. So I'm going to go build up. Always be prepared for a swap, especially when they know their backs are kind of against the wall. I do use my shield on the first player off. I do go for an Icicle Spear on the Hypno. And then I bring in the Noctowl to farm down, and then I can just go for a simple Sky Attack. You do need to lane a Shadow Ball in terms of the Noctowl Azu matchup, regardless of whether it's XL or not, I believe. But, you know, it's like Sky Attack was obviously enough in that case, so there was no reason to not go for it. So yeah, GG, very well played to my opponent. Moving on to the next match. Right, another Hypno lead. Definitely more favorable for the Hypno because these Confusions, being Shadow, are chunking. So, but in my case, I can go straight Seed Bomb, though, in this matchup because, you know, with the Shadow means less defense and all that jazz. But see what I'm saying? We're basically keeping on par with each other. I mean, I think Hypno had a little more health, actually, so the only advantage I would have is the faster Shadow Claw versus Confusion. Gonna go for the Shadow Ball. You do knock me out with 2 air slashes. I bring in my Wall Rain, which is a smart choice here. Excuse me. They do swap in their Azu. I'm gonna go straight Earthquake on this. Noctowl can handle the Mandibuzz, so I don't need to swap out right now. I am gonna shield the Play Rough. They go for Hydro Pump, and I'm thinking like, do they not have Play Rough? The next Play Rough would have taken me out anyway. I literally just don't know why they went for Play Rough, because just like, you know, if they did have it, so I'm thinking like, I don't have it, I'll survive this, and it's a Play Rough, so I'm just like, I mean, if I had 2 shields, that would have been a major 500 IQ play, but it's like I only had 1 shield, and Play Rough was cheaper, so you literally could have done 2 Play Roughs and been in the same boat, and not use as much energy. But I'm going to go for Sky Attacks here. As you know, Mandibuzz is a tanky bird. It is the Flying Umbreon, as it's been called by various content creators like Psionic. So yeah, alright, foul play. I am going to farm down. I need 2 Sky Attacks. I do not believe a Shadow Ball would knock it out at that good of a yellow health range. So I am at the back-to-back, thankfully, with that 1 wing attack I had on the Azu. So that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Fire Coffee, what? Right, Trev versus Gal. Kind of neutral, but the lunge will definitely put it in Gal's favor the longer this goes on. I do let it go through. I'm very confident I can survive despite Trev being a glassy Pokemon. I am going to go for a Seed Bomb here, thinking like, Gal's basically almost always shield. They almost always shield. Obviously almost, like, not every time. So, like a madman in my opinion, this guy does not shield. So I'm going to let this go and farm down with one of my Pokemon. Thankfully, I'm able to do it in 5 wing attacks, so that's fantastic. They do not get a move off. What do they bring in next? They bring in an AWAC, and I'm just like, this poor soul. This poor soul. The only reason to bring, unless it's a misclick, they are weak in the back. Their back lane is weak to Noctowl. Noctowl is a core breaker. I'm just going to go straight Shadow Ball, because we all have our shield still, so no reason to bait. Plus, it's like a 1 maybe 3 wing attack every 2 cycle difference. I mean, I don't know the counts quite off the top of my head. So it's just like going to go straight for Shadow Ball again. And then the goal is to wing attack down, which I'm able to do so. So I'm up a shield, and I still have a full health Wall Rain in the back with the move on the Noctowl, and they decide to surrender. So good game. Very well played to my opponent. And that was the last game in that set. That was a 5-0 set here. So let me get this next video going. Pardon the editing here, kind of learning how I go, so I got multiple videos here that I'm kind of merging, if you will, into one here. So here's the next set. Right, versus Ariados. So, fairly neutral, kind of like the other Spooter. Lunge will obviously debuff. I am going to go for Shadow Ball, as Seed Bomb is double resisted in this case. So I'm going to go right before they get to a cross. I think I was trying to CMP a cross poison there. They do shield, which is fantastic. And then they let me go for another Shadow Ball. That is a mistake. They had a lunge. And a cross poison probably would have been enough too. So, yeah. As you can see, they got greedy and they decided to surrender the match. So good game, very well played to my opponent. Look here, even I get greedy sometimes. It happens, especially when you are trying out a newerish team, so you're trying to figure out the matchups and all that jazz, figure out what it can take and not take. So, Stunfisk, I'm going to swap into my Noctowl, as I definitely want to keep the Trev on the Stunfisk for the time being. And then Foul Plays don't do a whole lot of Noctowl, so Sky Attacks are more than enough to threaten shields. I am going to shield up this Foul Play here, which is, honestly, I should have launched a Sky Attack beforehand to try to get him to shield, because they know they can just, come in with Stun Fist. I'm going to go straight Shadow Ball against the Stun Fist. It is 2 full health to try to go for a Sky Attack bait or whatnot. So another Shadow Ball, here I come. They shield. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, I'm going to let this go. Right, I come with Trev. They're going to go for Rock Slide. Do not go for Earthquake. But they go for Earthquake, and I'm just like, why? Alright, I'm going to go Shadow Ball on this. This is going to be an uphill battle. I mean, Trev against Araquanid is not terrible. I'm going to go for a Seed Bomb on this guy. I just need to cause as much damage as I can. And then, unfortunately, do not get to another Seed Bomb, so I could have gone for another Shadow Ball. And then here, I have to make a call. I can survive a Bug Buzz, though, which is great. And they bait me, and I'm like, that is a mistake. You need to try to get this Wall Rain low, because, yeah, I go for an Earthquake. That'll definitely take it out. So, Wall Rain, Araquanid, counter confirmed. Ha, 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 ha. So, I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, though, because I can. I'm just going to, just a little flex. Excuse me. And that's going to be a good game to my opponent. Very well played. Right, next match, we got Matrevenant versus Metachamp. Fantastic lead. Love to see it. Right, they're going to swap out, not surprising. I come in with Noctowl. So, Power-Up Punch and Foul Play can still threaten. Power-Up Punch in the sense of it can, ramp up its counter damage. And that right there, I don't think I had gone Scrafty versus Noctowl. So I'm just like, I realized after that definitely if it lands a Foul Play, it wins. But I can at least get both shields with Sky Attack or take it, depending on what they want to do. So I'm able to take it, at least get shield advantage, which is huge. So I am going to come back in with the Trev. Not what I wanted, but it is what it is. I do decide to shield, thinking like they're going to go for a Foul Play. Like, why would they not? They bait me, and I'm just like, shite. I'm going to shield again. They bait me twice, and I'm just like, what? You were kidding me. And then I go for a Seed Bomb. Like, what do they have in the back that isn't Metacham? Like, please tell me this is okay. And then it is a Mandibuzz, and I'm like, winning switch was everything, or at least having shield advantage, so I just top left. That's going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent for double baiting me successfully. Oh man, the mind games are so real. Alright, Hypno, we'll kind of see how this plays out. Alright, I'm going to come up with Noctowl. I do not like charms. Trev does not like charms, more specifically. Thankfully, Seed Bomb and Icicle Spear both spam me, and they let the Sky Tech go through, and I'm just like, whoa, what is happening here? Why did they not shield? And then I think I get to another, at least I get to a Sky Attack, not a Shadow Ball, but at least I get to a Sky Attack, either get a shield or cause chip damage, so not the worst. I believe I shield this up. It is an Ice Punch, so decent shield. And then it is Scrafty, so I gotta stay in here. I need to either, successfully call the bait and or shield Foul Plays. That is a much better play than with this Wall Rain. So I'm going to shield up here, and they go for a Foul Play. I'm like, thank God I shielded a Foul Play. This is great. Alright, and then I am going to go for a double Seed Bomb. This will, don't think I'll beat it with a Trev, but at least I can get both shields down. And that is huge, because they will want to go for a Foul Play. Coming with Wall Rain. I believe they go for a Power-Up Punch here, which is fine. So I believe I can continue to farm down some more. And not surprising, they come in with Hypno. I am going to launch an Icicle Spear here. I need to take out this Hypno before it gets to a move. I am just going to go right away. The next Icicle Spear, I want to say I outpace it to the pop. And thankfully I do, so... it's like not more than 1 HP. Kind of felt like 1 HP in a dream right there, the situation. So I'm able to pull off the win. Good game, very well played. On to the next match. Right, we got versus a Charm A9. Seen a lot of Charm A9s lately, as you're going to see. I don't even... Did I face a single Powder Snow? Maybe one or two, but it was mostly Charm. I bring in the Noctowl. At least it's not Powder Snow. They bring in their Vigoroth. So I should be able to get at least shield advantage here. So yeah, they're going to Body Slam me. Not surprising. Do I shield this? I do not. They get me out of here. Okay, I'm going to come in with the Trev. Thankfully, Bulldoze is resisted, so they're going to go for Bulldoze. That's the better move to go for. But I can just farm up as I please. Do I farm? I was able to farm down. That was an aggressive farm down. Right, I almost have 2 Shadow Balls here, so I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball right away. And then they throw a Weather Ball, I believe, here. I was able to catch that, which is fantastic. And then I think that catch and their rest of the team did not want to see the wall rain, so they surrender. Good game, very well played. That was the second set. Nice 4-1 there. Right, here is the next set. So we're 9-1 with the 2 sets so far. Okay, versus Bastiodon. Definitely staying in here. We're just going to go for Shadow Ball right away here, or slash after I farm up or whatever. Going to go for Shadow Ball here. Not the best fan of them sneaking through, but hey, love it when it happens to you, hate it when it doesn't. Right, I do shield. They go for Stone Edge, which granted, honestly, doesn't really matter, because Stone Edge would have done a lot anyway, and they could probably get some farm here. They are low enough where I'm willing to go for a Seed Bomb now. They do shield, which is fantastic. I'm going for another one. So I'm like, ooh, either I'll take it out or get a shield. I mean, Trav puts up work against Bastiodon. It's pretty amazing. I do decide to let this go. I believe I come in with the Wall Rain, or do I come in with Noctowl? Come in with Noctowl like a madman. But you can see how Noctowl kind of takes those moves pretty well. You know, the Rock Throw, right? I totally forgot the fast move off the top of my head. So, yeah, and I have a shield advantage, and I got rid of the Bastiodon, which is great. Oh my god, was it Grasshole? Hello? They surrender right away. They would not have appreciated the wall rain in the back, even though it would have taken super effective damage from Razor Leaf. But I would have wanted lined up against the Tropius Mylord anyway. So that was a good game, very well played. Right, versus Altaria. You could stay in or swap. I think most times I swap, but it just depends on what they have in the back. Sometimes I got hard countered, sometimes I didn't. You know, it just depends. Got to go with the flow. I do manage to land a Shadow Ball, and I come in with Noctowl, and then they come with Registeel. So, right at the back, glad to see this. Wall Rain can stay the heck away from this thing. Go for a Shadow Ball. I do survive a Zap Cannon. Obviously, it will debuff me, but I have no choice. I need to try to have shield advantage if I can. Be able to get to a second Shadow Ball. This is big. So, I should survive a Zap Cannon from this range with Trev. And they come with Altaria. But they managed to knock out my Trev. I was trying to swap. Didn't work. I am going to shield this. And then I farm it down, and I just have to hope that I can handle what's in the back, and it's a Toxic. So I'm like, this game is over. I'm down a shield. Top left. Like, just save some time. Good game to my opponent. Very well played. On to the next match. Versus Marowak. So, I like swapping into Wall Rain, because Noctowl is the harder counter. The damage Marowak gives now, the damage from Shadow, it's just incredible against the Trev. So yeah, I believe I bait. Yep, I do bait. Let's go for it. They shield, which I'm like, yay. Okay, they bring in their own Wall Rain, so I'm going to go for the Earthquake right away. At least I'm up a shield. So yes, I'll lose both my shields probably, but I will win this, though, regardless of whether they shield or not. So that's a good thing. I do decide to let this go. And then I am going to shield, so I'm not sure why I let the first one go through. That was a questionable decision. I do go for the Seed Bomb, and then either they shield or I take it out. I think it takes it out, which is great. Then they bring in AWAC, and I'm just like, this is great. They're staying in. Love this. They go for Shadow Bone. No debuff, which is great. I believe I'm going to farm up to near, if not double, Sky Attack, so that way, like, I don't need Shadow Ball. So, yeah. Or if it's not enough, I can just farm down. They shield. I'm going to go for my second Sky Attack. And then it is a Venusaur in the back. So, we're not out of the woods yet, because both my Mons are very low. I'm going to shield this up. They don't need to go for Sludge Bomb. Going for Sky Attack, I swap into Trev, and I'm able to farm down. Good game, very well played to my opponent. Versus Medicham, great lead. See how this can go. Alright, it's Araquanid. I'm going to bring in my Noctowl. It is a fantastic counter because Bubble does just so little damage that it's like Noctowl acts as a semi-wall. Obviously, I love to get out. I believe it does outpace me to the first Bubble Beam. So yeah, I'm going to go for Sky Attack. They're shielding, of course, because they're trying to shield the higher damage ones. And I get both shields. Fantastic. I can just no-shield this all day. So yeah, like, again, Noctowl, great Araquanid counter. And then I'm able to swap into my Walrein because, again, alignment. So Rockslide doesn't do terrible amounts of damage. And I'm able to just go for Earthquake right away. So no 2-shield flex, was hoping to do that. But Earthquake is the move to go for, especially no shields. So I am able to get the Earthquake off. So this is going to be a good game. You guys see the writing on the wall if this was a Home Slice Henry video. So yeah, it's basically over. Metacham's going to try to farm down. I'm going to go for 2 Icicle Spears. Don't remember if 1 Earthquake's better than 2 Icicle Spears, but Icicle Spear gets a stab, so I just figured go for that. And then, you know, like, they should see the writing on the wall. Even if this was Ice Punch, this will be fine. And it's a pop, so it's over. Like, it's over. You know, again, I got a Sky Attack for the Araquanid. It's going to be a GG, very well played my opponent. I am going to shield this up, just in case it's a Bug Buzz. Or, really, regardless, I just want to make sure I can take this out. So, good game, very well played. Moving on to the next match. Right, versus Tropius. So, not terrible if it's Razor Leaf, but this is Air Slash, so I'm going to swap out right away. Alright, though this one I played terribly. I remember this one. Yeah, this is why you got to know your counts, people. You're going to see why. So, 3, you know, Volt Switch is a first Thunder Punch. And I'm thinking it's 3. I forgot it was 3-2-2. Or 3-2, you know, for those first 2. So, I'm double shielding. This is already not looking good. I totally messed up. So at least I'm able to get off another Sky Attack, though. So do they already lose both their shields? Yeah, but already this is going to be an uphill battle. Like, this was just a terror. I totally spaced that, like, it was only 2 Volt Switches for the second Thunder Punch. So, yeah, this is already looking not so great. They go for a Leaf Blade. So, yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle. Let's see what they have in the back. And it's a Toxicroak, and I was like, this game's already over, isn't it? Like, And then they're able to reach the Mud Bomb. I don't think Seed Bomb would have been enough. I had to go for a Shadow Ball or at least get enough Shadow Claws. And yeah, so again, know your counts. Like, make sure you remember. I'm so used to double Wild Charge that I'm like, with Volt Switches. It's just like, As you can see, I lost that match. So good game, very well played to my opponent. So that is it for this video. So 3 sets for ya. That was a, let's see, 5-4-3. So that was a 12-3 run in this video. So pretty solid team. That's an 80% win rate out of these 3 sets. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.